Hi, and welcome to In Brandon. With me today from the Royal Manitoba Winter Fair is Ron Christensen and Dennis Janczycki. And welcome. So we're just going to talk today in general about the Royal Manitoba Winter Fair.
For sure.
So Ron, why don't you just give us a little background about the fair?
Well, the provincial exhibition itself is an agriculture society here in Brandon. We've been in existence since 1882, putting on events in Brandon as long as the city's been here. So our mission statement is to showcase agriculture, to be the link between the urban and rural, and to promote our community with education, entertainment, and the events we bring. So we have three major events every year. Royal Manitoba Winter Fair coming up right away. March 26th is the first day. It's our biggest event of the year. Manitoba Summer Fair is in June every year. And Manitoba Ag X is our fall event, which is our livestock show and combined with the Manitoba Finals Rodeo. So that's a breakdown of the organization. We contribute to the community. We have an extremely dedicated group of 39 volunteer directors that send us on our way, and we've got a small staff of 8 full-time people in the office, and we do hire some extra help during the events, but it's we're a pretty small crew to put on some pretty big events.
Right, so having said that, they are big events. How much time goes into like planning events of like the Winter Fair?
Well, Wayne Buren, myself are co-chair of a committee that really leads hundreds of volunteers. And there's no way we could run a fair like this without the volunteer effort that takes place. We also have a core staff that does phenomenal work. They work endless hours, but them and the volunteers are what really puts this together. Planning for the next year's fair probably starts right after the fair is over. We kind of go through the learnings. What could we improve on for the next year? And then ramps up throughout the year, probably starting about September. It is the largest tourism event in Westman, and economically, together with the summer fair and the other events, probably contributes over $15 million to the economy. So, and it also is a big contributor to the success of the Keystone Center.
So a huge impact on not just Brandon, but the whole Westman area.
Yes.
Right, so Ron, what's new this year?
Well, we've got, as I said, we've been here since 1882, and we do a lot of the same things, but every year we try and keep things fresh. So we've got a Birds of Prey show this year. This is a group that was here probably 10 or 12 years ago, but just put on an incredible show. They'll be twice daily in the Westoba Place Arena with their raptors out flying and putting on demonstrations, as well as being in the Manitoba Room as part of our trade show area and on a stage daily presentations down there. So learn about the incredible birds of prey that these folks have and bring out to show us. That's a huge piece. This year, Wednesday is our Credit Union Family Day with the Backyardigans. Great kids entertainer group. They'll be doing a few shows daily in the amphitheater. And Brandon University is a sponsor of Kids Day on Thursday with Fred Penner coming. So, you know, kids entertainment, those are a couple of the headliner days. We've got a huge variety of entertainers all week long. We'll get into some more of that in a little bit. Our barn bar, we have musical entertainment. On Thursday night, we've got Ryan Cowan coming. He's an award-winning country music artist from right here in Manitoba that we're proud to highlight. So, and then our trade show area, there's always new exhibitors, new pieces there. We've got some horse show exhibitors coming from Ontario this year with some draft horses that they've never been here. We've got some American competitors coming up in the show jumping that have never been there. So new entertainers, new exhibitors, new trade show vendors. So lots of new things, and our each day our entertainers put on a different show than what the day before was. They're professionals. They know people want to come more than once. So each time you see their show, it'll be a different show for us.
Great. So doesn't start till the 26th, but you actually have events that are going on before the 26th.
That's correct. I mentioned volunteers are critical. We couldn't run the fair without them, but sponsors are another critical component. They contribute over $600,000 in cash and services to help us run this fair. So there's no way we could have a quality of fair like that without our sponsors. And so to thank them and show our appreciation on Friday from 5:30 to 7:30 at the Victoria Inn, this is the 23rd, the Friday before the fair, we have an appreciation night to really show our thanks and appreciation for what they do. Then also during the weekend, there are some horse events that take place on Saturday and Sunday. In Sunday in the main arena, it'll be after the ground is put in place. But for anyone that's really interested in horses, it's all free during the weekend. You can go there and catch what's happening, including the barrel racing Sunday afternoon. So you can take that in. And then Monday morning, we kick things off with the sunrise breakfast. And it starts at 6:30 on Monday the 26th and runs till 9 a.m. in the Myers-Norris Penny Hall. We give a bit of an preview of the various entertainers that are coming throughout the week and performing. The cost is $5 per person, and for the bargain hunters out there, the nice thing is if you come and pay for your breakfast, you can stay for the day at the fair. So then you can come another day and pay your admission. So you get sort of a 2-for-1 bang there. We are collecting non-perishable food items for the Samaritan House, so feel free to bring those down as well. Daily events, the gates open 8 a.m. till 8 p.m. every day. We have the horse shows taking place at Westoba Place and the Westoba Ag Center. Cattle shows are taking place on the Ag Action Stage. We're near a record of the number of cattle that are coming out this year. So it's a great opportunity to meet, especially a lot of young kids that are there to show their cattle, and they're more than happy to talk to you throughout the day. Super dogs are coming, and there's a whole list of information on our website, royalmanitobawinterfair.com, on not only the daily schedules, but for any newcomers to the fair, it gives a lot of information about what the fair is all about, and so I encourage people to go there as well as watch other segments of this whole series, because they go into more in depth on various aspects of the fair.
Right. Yeah, we've been doing quite a bit of interviews here, and we're glad to do it. We love to, be part of the Royal Manitoba Winter Fair. It's such a great event for Brandon. So, speaking of the great events, the horse show, there's so much going on there, but the horse shows are such a big part of the event. What can we expect from it this year?
Well, the horse show is a piece that's been I would suggest, a critical piece of the fair right since they started putting on fairs in Brandon. It's huge, it's entertaining. We've got some of the best jumping horses in Canada, North America, because there's some of our American friends coming. As Dennis said earlier, we've got so many horses entered that we need to do a few preliminary rounds on the Sunday before the fair starts, just to get everybody in. The barns are right full. We're going to have somewhere around 180 jumping horses, at least 60 draft horses, almost 20 hackney ponies in their division, about 35 barrel racers, as well as over 100 cattle in the barns. So that piece is going to be just great. So we've got 2 full-size show rings running all week, Westoba Place at the south end and the Westoba Ag Center at the north end. And there'll be show jumping and all kinds of events happening at both ends. And of course, the Westoba end can be accessed right off of 18th Street at the Westoba Ag Center at the north end. There's access there. So we've got hackney ponies showing in all during the week. We've got barrel racing early in the week. Sunday is the first round. Monday and Tuesday night there'll be barrel racers. Heavy horse show both afternoon and evening, both ends of the building all week long. So horse show from one end to the other.
So crowd favorite Super Dogs and your new display coming in this year with the Birds of Prey. What can you tell us about these two?
Well, as I said, part of our mission is to be an educator and to put on entertainment. So entertaining education, or education that's entertaining. The Super Dogs put on a great show, and they'll be twice daily in the Westoba Place Arena, every afternoon and every evening. A huge part of our entertainment package that families just love. And they're also behind the scenes. They're backstage in a room where you can meet the kind of a pat and chat area, meet some of the Super Dogs. They do presentations on our Ag Action stage down in our Ag Education area, where they talk kind of one-on-one. There might be one or two of the Super Dog handlers there with their dogs, talk about the science of the Super Dogs, what makes a Super Dog, what the training is, so learn about that. And the same idea with the Birds of Prey show. It's full-on entertainment value production in the main arena setting for a twice daily show, once afternoon, once in the evening. But backstage is where those birds are. You can go back one-on-one, take your family back, meet the people that handle these birds, learn about them. There's a small stage, the Royal stage, in our Manitoba room. They're going to do some daily presentations on there and tell you about these great birds of prey. These are birds that have 5, 6, 8 foot wingspans, and it's a pretty impressive show. I'm not exactly sure which birds they're bringing, but it's something that I've always been extremely impressed with. You just watching an owl or a hawk or an eagle, and these folks can tell you all about them in an entertaining and educational way. So it's a great part of our fair.
Right. So Ron had talked a little bit about family entertainment stuff, but there's a lot more that goes on with that. Just about all the entertainment is family oriented. What's going on at the amphitheater this year?
Well, there's lots going on in both the amphitheater and the Myers Norris Penny Hall. We have James Johnson, who's a magical daredevil comedy show. So that'll be neat to see. Tim Holland, who's a ventriloquist, but he does stunts. So it's a bit more than that, and he also refers to himself as a puppet tamer. So I think there'll be a lot of interesting things happening there. We of course have Doodles the Clown. He's been with us for 36 years and considers this his second home. He's just such an important part of our fair, and the kids love him. There's Hoja, and they're an a cappella singing group. They're performing. As well as Norman Foote, who's a Canadian singer, songwriter, and comedian. On Wednesday, Credit Union Family Day, we have the Backyardigans. I believe Ron had mentioned about that, and they do various journeys of imagination, so they'll be neat to see on Wednesday. As well, Wednesday evening, we have the 45th Annual Fiddlers Contest. Now, these are fiddlers of all ages, from young to old, and they're pretty impressive, the lineup and the talent there. So that's what we're seeing. And then on Thursday is Brandon University's Kids Day, as Ron had mentioned. Fred Penner's coming, and every day Enbridge has what they call the Royal Experience at 4 o'clock in the main arena, and you can bring your kids down. One day they have it set up like a rodeo, so they could be a rodeo cowboy or cowgirl and try their skills there. They can meet and learn about and ride various horses on different days or in the wagon. So there's lots happening there. And then in between that, we've got 160 displays and 265 booths. So whether you want food, or you want a cowboy hat or cowboy boots for your little one, or maybe you want to do some early Christmas shopping, there's a good opportunity to do that as well.
Right. So more in recent years, the cattle have been taking, a more and more prominent role in the fair. Why don't you let us know a little bit more about the cattle show that's coming up? Because you did say that this is a record year for the amount of cattle that are coming in.
That's correct, and it's primarily a junior show. A lot of 4-H'ers take part in this, and they were very proud of displaying their animals and learning. And the amount of learning that goes on is very important. There's various clinics. There's the Kirk Steelwald Clinic on the TDA action stage, and he provides free demos to help the kids learn there, and there's various things they do. We have a whole segment on cattle in your series that goes really into depth on that. So they really learn a lot, and there's also a growing number from Saskatchewan that are coming and attending our fair, which is helping to bring the numbers up. And what's really impressive is it's not their spring break there, so the parents feel it's important enough for them to come here and learn.
Well, and
so
those kids are willing to take time off of school to come to the fair. So
Yeah.
that's a dedicated kid that will do that. So it's but seriously though, the knowledge, the education that these kids get by coming to the fair, obviously their families see huge value in it when it isn't their spring break and they're coming in huge numbers. So that's been a big piece of our growth.
They
our cattle show.
also learn to be teachers, because on Thursday we have the Celebrity Showmanship Challenge
Talk about that.
Right.
Classic,
That
and
sounds fun.
yeah, and it was actually before I retired with the company, I was with MTS, and I was the celebrity to represent the company there, and I won it one year, and I've never done that before, and I know firsthand the fun it is. So for celebrities to come out there and do it, it's a lot of fun, and it's really good for the kids because they spend 30 minutes actually teaching. Some people have done it before and some have never, and they bring them all up to speed on what to do, and it's a lot of fun.
Well, it's some of our major, some of our sponsors and some of our local dignitaries and stuff. It's an opportunity to meet with our young livestock producers that are the future of our industry, and I think we're all of a similar age here in the room today, and I plan on keep eating for a lot more years. So knowing that there's some young people coming up going to grow some food for us is a reassuring thought.
Right on.
And plus for the celebrities too, and sponsors and stuff, it's a way of actually becoming more involved and getting a true feel of the fair itself, of the agricultural, kind of atmosphere and feeling of it.
Well, an underlining theme for us is really to entertain and educate, and hopefully educate while you're entertained. And this is one other way of showing, all the different aspects and how that all fits together, and bringing it to the fair to people who have never been on the farm, perhaps.
Right. So the next point is, this is something that I actually haven't heard of before, but the pork quality competition and luncheon. Let us know a little bit about that.
Well, pork quality competition has been a part of the fair for years all along. It's another key part of our agricultural component of the fair, and it's one that's changed a little bit. I think that the pork industry, the hog industry in Manitoba has changed dramatically in the last 100 and some years that we've been around, but it's a huge economic driver in our area. The Brandon and Western Manitoba area is huge economic impact from the hog industry. So we have a pork competition. The carcasses are judged by a professional, scored on quality, and the winning carcasses are announced that day. We have a big kind of a luncheon banquet type format on the Wednesday afternoon.
And they serve chicken.
Yeah, we have chicken fingers. No, it's, partner with Manitoba Pork and the Keystone Center Kitchens. We're changing the format of the meal a little bit this year, but always, top quality Manitoba pork served. And we are proud to work with the exhibitors, the sponsors, we donate the champion carcasses to the Assiniboine Community College Culinary Arts Program. So they're working with the best pork in Manitoba right there at the college here in Brandon, and we do donate some pork carcasses to charity as well. So, and each of the prize winners in that competition only take home half their prize money, and the other half of their prize money goes to a charity of their choice. When the farms enter, they list what charity they would like to see receive half of their prize money should they win. So that's been a huge piece of of our agriculture roots, our agriculture programming, and giving back to the community at the same time. So it's been a big piece of it, and tickets for the banquet or the luncheon are $40, and that includes your gate admission, so that gets you into a day at the fair and to the pork luncheon on Wednesday. They're available at our office or at our website, royalmanitobawinterfair.com. Our office is a little hard to get to right now. We're on 10th Street, and they've got our street closed, but we're moving the end of this week. Friday, March 16th, we'll be moving to the Pioneer Lounge at the Keystone. So get them from our office or buy them online at royalmanitobawinterfair.com.
Right. Now, you mentioned 111 years. That's amazing. What keeps the families coming back for 111 years?
Well, it's tradition. As Dennis said, our cattle show is primarily a youth show. So we have kids showing here that are second, third, and fourth generation that have shown at the fair. We've got volunteers, we've got directors that are same thing, second, third, fourth generation. My grandfather volunteered at the fair. I'm here. I volunteered before I became an employee. But it's tradition. And tradition is a huge part of our society and something that we're proud to promote. And we put on, it's quality entertainment. We're there all day. It's 8 in the morning, the gates open, and we're there. You can come all day. One admission price gets you in for the day. You're there all day, take in the afternoon show, do a few things, some of the ag learning area, come on back up top for the evening show. So down below, we've got our Royal Farmyard, which is a key piece of our ag education program. As an ag society, we want to teach people about agriculture. So we bring the farm to the Keystone Center for a week. They're there, there's cattle producers, there's horse producers. We've got a petting zoo that comes with animals that they raise specifically to come to the fair and meet people and educate them about animals. So we've got grain displays, we've got some learning screens that are going to have some programming running on them all day, live animal displays. We've got some pedal tractors from Mazer Group, one of our great sponsors, so the kids can ride a tractor course on those pedal tractors. There's a giant sandbox to play in and have some fun. And then the Ag Action stage has short presentations on it all week. Some of them 15, 20 minutes, half an hour, that type of thing that's sort of quick, educational and fun on animals, on agriculture, veterinary medicine, all kinds of just kind of background historical pieces that have been a huge part of what we do all along, and that the entertainment value of it all.
Right. It's just fun.
Yep.
Right. So, top level athletes coming in for a horse jumping.
Yeah.
Why don't you tell us a little bit about all the stakes and everything that's involved with it?
Yeah, it's not only a lot of them view it as sort of a kickoff to the season. They come here and then it starts their North American tour for some of these jumpers. But there's some good prize money, $85,000 in prize money for the entire week. Tuesday and Thursday, the Manitoba Cup on Tuesday and ADCO Cup on Thursday, $15,000 each. For prize money, the RBC Challenge on Friday is $18,000, and then the Bell MTS Grand Prix on Saturday has $25,000 in prize money. So the riders can pocket a fair bit of money throughout the week.
So, big production going on, the whole fair. You have sponsors, you have families, the exhibitors. How important is everybody to making a success of the show?
Every piece of that makes up such an incredible part of the fair. Dennis talked a little bit about the significant prize money that we've got up. So that's made possible by the great sponsors we have, by the exhibitors themselves bringing top-notch competition, and by our fairgoers, our families that come and buy tickets to our fair and support it. So we've got thousands and thousands of visitors that come over the 6 days of the fair. They're coming from Ontario, they're coming from Alberta, coming up from the States. So not only are they creating economic impact here in Brandon, in surrounding communities everywhere. We know, to get here from Ontario or Alberta, we know you've come through some of the fuel stations and some of the hotels in Western Manitoba along the way here. And they stay, they buy meals. Lots of them, even though, maybe the more local types that are a Manitoba or Saskatchewan exhibitors, they come to Brandon, they know it's a major center. They look at trading their vehicles and getting service work done here. It's a huge piece of the economics for Brandon and for the Keystone Center. We're a very big piece. That week in March is a pretty good week for the Keystone Center. We have it right full.
Okay, so let's kind of wrap things up a little bit here. Let everybody know where they can find the information and how much it's going to cost them to get into the fair.
For sure. So we've got our website, RoyalManitobaWinterFair.com. Our schedules are on there, and we do try and update them as rapidly as we can. Once we get into Fair Week, being a live animal show, it's those horses and cattle and birds of prey sometimes don't let us stick to the exact schedule that we thought. So it's, our schedules do change. We try and keep them updated. Of course, a partner with the Brandon Sun, they've worked with us to put together a great Royal Manitoba Winter Fair program, and it'll be coming out in the paper next week, as well as available at the fair. So our guest services booth will have that. And the provincial exhibition is on all the social media channels. I can barely handle one social media version myself, but Dennis is a master at them all.
Yeah.
But we're, Facebook, Twitter, we're out there, and we try and keep things up to date, so watch there. And it's, we will update as rapidly as we can, and any changes that come up, we'll let you know. So RoyalManitobaWinterFair.com is your best bet.
Excellent. Well, thank you very much for coming in, gentlemen. And
Thank you for having us.
all the information can be found, ticket prices, times, and everything right on the website.
You bet.
Great.
$20 for adults, $18 for students, $9 for children. Children 5 and under are free. Oh, I should mention the beginning of the week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, we have an evening special, so it's only $13 will get you in after 5 o'clock if it's earlier in the week. And if you're coming as a group or, a big group want to buy a bunch of tickets together, we do have group discounts available, and that information is all on our website as well. So that's some ticket prices, some schedules, and see you at the fair.
March 26th. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.